Hi there, Cancer. Healing Grasshopper here to do your April 2026 reading. I know I'm very late. Um, I hope you can forgive me. I've had quite a few things happening lately that I had to deal with, but also my chronic fatigue is kicking my butt on top of whatever geological stuff is happening with the Schumann resonance. It's just been draining my energy. So, I'm doing the best I can, but I haven't left you. I'm here. Um, so let's get to the reading. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. It's important for you to follow more than just your sun sign. I don't, that was a fumble. Um, the other signs that I just mentioned are just as important and will help bring you a clearer picture of things, a broader picture of things. So if you don't know what all of those signs are, you can calculate them for free online. Just Google to calculate my blank sign and you'll find plenty of websites that'll do it for you for free. Then come back here and follow those signs. What do we got for Cancer? Okay, hmm, that's nice. Oh, it is us. Okay. Reverse any of them? No. Well, we've got Four of Swords. That is about taking a pause, taking a thoughtful pause. This is the medieval knight that's come home from the battle and lies in the coffin that's been made for him. Um, Knights will always have their coffins readily made for them. Well, back in these days anyway, because they knew that they could die at any moment. So they would come home and lie in their coffins and reflect on what could have been and kind of lie in gratitude that they are still alive, right? But what does that mean for you? Kind of assessing what you've been through, um, and seeing what strength and lessons you can draw from them, and also being grateful for whatever leg in your journey you're in right now. Which will help strengthen you moving forward and also brings you Ace of Swords, which is clarity. Um, Things are clearer than they've ever been, Cancer. You've been through quite a lot, and it's helped you understand yourself better and understand um, your relationship to others and your approach to others. Um, so, what else do we have? The moon. You have clarity in uncertain times. Amen. Uh, it's very uncertain now for everybody and on so many layers, you know. In the macro, I don't have to explain it, right? The economy, the politics, the international politics, um, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't like to get into any of that. Um, but then there's the microcosm. Um, that's affected by our macrocosms. The macrocosm is starting to seep its way into our lives in ways that we didn't really expect. And we anticipate it more and more seeping into our lives. But um, enough of the macro, 'cause, again, I don't like to talk about that. Um, Astrologically, we've emerged. Um, we've been through difficult times, and we're in a transition right now that can really produce a kind of murky atmosphere, or what seems like it anyway, right? There's been a closing out of relationships and uh, maybe even closing out of jobs and careers, a change in careers, all sorts of um, endings and new beginnings happening. But you see things pretty clearly. You know where you're going. All right, so the Eight of Swords after the moon, this is very much a feeling of feeling stuck, um, but also feeling stuck in a situation that you feel is perilous or like you're in some kind of disadvantage. Um, but these first two cards here say as long as you don't panic, you stay calm, um, and you draw your strength and your vision from spirit, because let's not forget the Ace of Swords. This hand here is spirit, it's the universe. Um, as long as you draw on your spiritual strength, it's going to get you through this uncertain time. Hmm. Ten of Swords. Yeah. This is an ending of painful, difficult times. This is often like betrayals and you know, cruel, insensitive, underhanded things that people have done to you. Um, but it's like it's finished. It's done with. But you're in this transitionary period. So this is very much like a now what type period that you're in. But with the bad taste in your mouth that um, people don't respect you, people wish you harm, people want to use you, that kind of thing. So you're just going to need to work through that, Cancer, because a lot of that is an illusion. Some of it might be true. I mean, the people that you dealt with uh, were not working in your best interests and that kind of thing, but that doesn't need to be the case moving forward, even though you feel that way. right? The ones under it. Hmm. Okay. So you've got the Eight of Wands. Okay. I can't ignore the fact that you've got two eights flanking a 10 here. I don't focus on the numbers too much, but it is standing out to me here. So, I mean, the 10 is an ending. Um, you could also think of it as a new beginning, but this very much talks about ending. Um, but these two are like movements. I'm sorry, guys. The pause is me trying to draw the message in here. There's got to be a focused effort on moving towards the positive here, especially with 10 in the middle here. Because when you have been through a time of assaults, and I don't mean literal assaults, although there can be here, I mean more figurative assaults. Um, there needs to be a coming to terms with what's happened to you, but also your role in what's happened to you, right? Because this is all important for moving towards the future. And by your role, I don't mean what faults you carry in it. It's just what was your role in the situation that led to it? Um, like let's talk about physical assault, right? Let's say you have a significant other that you had an argument with and they beat you up or whatever. Is it bad that they beat you up? Is it their fault that they beat you up? 100%. But what was your role in this? What could you have done to have avoided that, right? Not gotten into the argument in the first place. Um, not staying in the relationship as long as you did to the point where it got physical and toxic. You understand? Just was there possibly a point in the argument itself where you could have just walked away instead of trying to drive home a point? Whatever it was, um, it's up to you. You've got to figure out what your role in it was that contributed to the adverse results, right? Um, because, and then, right, I was going to move on here, but we can't let go of the Nine of Swords yet. Um, coming to terms with all of that, and then also really fully understanding that it doesn't always have to be that way and not every situation that you're going to be in moving forward is going to be that way because that's what this is all about. It's like everything is difficult and everything is treacherous to her wherever she steps. And it doesn't need to be that way. Yes, you've been through difficulties, but life isn't one big difficulty all the time. You can steer your own ship and move into a more positive, productive, enjoyable life, right? Um, the Eight of Swords, I mean, the Eight of Wands here is things moving quickly, which is very neutral. It can be, um, just neutral things. It can be adverse things. It can be um, good things, but lots of things happening at once. And this is all about how you deal with these things, right? And this is how you perceive these things. So that's going to be important for you moving forward. And it might even be point towards some kind of karmic lesson that you're going to still be in, where, yes, you are changing chapters here, but the universe always circles around to test you on what you've learned from your past. And I know that I just had a wave of fatigue. I know what I said is just exhausting, like, oh, the universe is going to put me through more of this. Only if you move towards it, right? So, what I'm trying to say is be sure that you stop and assess things, really absorb things and process them properly so that moving forward, you can navigate through whatever comes towards you in productive, excuse me, the pollen is getting to me, in a productive way. So, you can move on here. See the Hanged Man, we were talking about perception. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna move this to couples and then reversed. Not first. So the Seven of Pentacles is a dissatisfaction with your outcomes. It's like, yes, I've put forth effort and things are happening, but am I really going to get the result that I want out of my efforts? Um, and the answer is yes, if you have the right perspective. The Tower um, is just an acknowledgement to the Ten of Swords here. Um, what it's saying is, first of all, it's not your fault, right? What you went through um, was the universe placing things in your path for you to deal with. Um, and that those experiences are finished and the universe has shut it down. Um, the tower is the universe's way of, um, it's like switching chapters, switching an act in a play. Like, okay, that's done. We can break down that set to start the new one, which is something that you don't have control over, right? So the endings here that you uh, went through recently were meant to be. So you don't have to blame yourself for them or feel like you did something wrong or that kind of thing. Things happened the way they were supposed to for you to learn something from them. So just make sure that you know, squeeze all the juice out of that lesson moving forward. Hanged Man, we talked about um, your perception of your past, but also moving forward to your future, which is why it's out in the corner like this, too. Perception of past, present, and future. Judgment card, not reversed. Yes, because here is the universe here calling you to, number one, realize uh, many things, which is what these two cards are. We talked about that. But also calling you to a new chapter again, like I said. There's a lot of clarity, revelation here, um, and realizing that you have grown and it's time to grow into something new. We have clarity. Advice. No advice cards? Oh, okay. No advice. That's a reading. Um, there'll be maybe I'll squeeze in a bonus for this month. We'll see. Um, I've got some catching up to do. Um, you guys, do me a favor, drop me a line. If there's anything on your mind, you've got a question in your head, you want to tell me how this resonates, you want to talk about anything else, please don't hold back. Number one, it helps me with the algorithm. That's obvious. But the reason why I'm asking is because my YouTube journey has not been easy. Um, the algorithm has not been kind to this small content creator, and it really it kind of drags my morale down. So hearing from you guys really does uplift me. It really feels like I'm getting somewhere here, that I'm not spinning my wheels. Um, and I'd like to hear from my light worker friends out there. Okay, this is a growing light worker community. So it'll really cheer me up. It will, who knows, it might help another light worker reading the comments. Talk to each other, please. Let's keep in touch. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. That analytics tell me that a lot of my recurring viewers are not subscribed. So even if you think you're subscribed, go have a quick look. Make sure because YouTube is weird that way. You may have been unsubscribed. Um, so please do subscribe and hit the like button. It's a quick gesture that costs you nothing and really does help me out. So thank you. Um, the other things that you can do to help me out, if you're inclined to do so, is share this video with whomever you feel might need or enjoy it. Um, but also have a look at the playlist. I have many of them made. Choose one, set it to autoplay, and have it on as background noise as you go about your daily tasks. as you're winding down in bed and even sleeping. Because watch hours are what a small channel like this one needs to grow and thrive. So thank you so much. Also, one thing that you've already done to help me out is stop by. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for staying till the end, because that also does a whole lot for me. Okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.